Hi. One easy way to give your NPC or character in a world more life is to give it a voice, but giving it a voice is pretty pointless without any kind of lip sync. You can imagine seeing some kind of character just talk without any lip movement. That's probably going to be pretty weird. So that's what we'll be doing today. Automatically doing lip sync. But before any of that, we'll need to do a few things first. First is going to be setting the character up in Blender. You don't have to do this, but it will make things a lot easier later on. What we'll have to do is going through our blend shapes or shape keys that are used for Vizimaze and stuff and assigning them in a certain order that's according to this list here by Oculus or Meta, which is the maker of the system we'll be using for lip syncing our model. So I'll immediately start with that and simply just follow this order. Go through every shape key that you have and simply assign it into the correct position. So as an example, for this silent shape key, since it's put as the first one, I'll do the same here and set it to the first one. Ignore the very first one, the basis one, it's used as a reference. So we'll start from under it. So first is going to be the silent one, second is pet sound, and so on. Okay, now with everything in place and set in order, if you happen to have any extra shape keys like this one, the one, you can just ignore it, set it to the last or whatever. We only need the main ones. Your model may or may not have the exact same kind of thing. That's it for the Blender stuff. We can export our model now. Now we can go into Unity and import the few things that we're gonna have to download. First one being something called shader motion on GitHub. There will be a link for it down below, a direct link and the link to the GitHub page. And the second thing needed is the OVR lip sync. Again, a direct link will be down below. So once you download everything, the shader motion, the lip sync, OVR lip sync, and your model, and of course, an audio recording that you'll be using for lip sync. Now, I will extract both of my things that I downloaded. Shader motion can be imported directly into Unity, like I have here, but the OVR lip sync one, you'll have to navigate through it until you find the Unity package and import this. After everything is done, when you go into Unity, there's a good chance it will tell you to update the API things that it uses, which you can do. After that, we'll import the FBX that we just exported, or that you might already have, depending on if you did the Blender stuff or not. Now drag your model onto the scene, make a new game object, and now add the OVR lip sync component. Now go to your model and change its rig to humanoid. Do the normal things you would do as if you're importing an avatar, like removing the jawbone that it usually confuses with the hair one and whatnot. And after this, now that we have an animator, we can add a few other things like the OVR lip sync context and the OVR lip sync context morph target. Go down to the morph target and set the body or the face mesh as its skinned mesh renderer. Now import the audio recording and set the audio source's audio clip as the audio recording that we just imported. Make sure play on awake is turned on. Now scroll all the way down until you find the Vizimate to blend targets. Here is why we did the sorting in Blender. The behavior just simply takes an array of blend shapes and you can't really choose or give them a specific name to use or anything. So you'd have to go through each one of these and map it to the correct one from the Vizime chart that they had. We won't have to do that since we just simply put everything in the exact order that they need. Just an extra thing that we should probably do is make sure that the number of resumes that it has here is the same number as the shape keys that we have here. In my case, I have the 15 shape keys that they already require, so I won't need to do anything. Nor do I need to change any numbers or anything, thanks to the fact that we've sorted the shape keys with a reference of their charts in the beginning. Now to test it out and make sure that it is working like it should be, I'm just gonna change my audio source to loop since the audio recording I'm using is really short. Here we can see that it is lip syncing to the audio recording, but we can't hear that. And that can be dealt with by adding another audio source with the same settings and everything, of course. I'll just increase the minimum distance to make it easier to hear. We will end up with this disaster. But we can see that it is lip syncing, which is all that we care about. Now, to save our ears, I'm just gonna stop it. And now we have our lip sync. Of course, it's not a very good idea to use this kind of system in real time. It's way better to just save it on an animation instead. But you wouldn't be able to use it in real time in VRChat either way, since it's an unknown script and they will just remove it. And that's where the shader motion thingy comes in. We can go to our avatar or model that has the animator and then click the three dots in the corner of it and go down to animation recorder. Now put the animator in the animator tab, and for the clip we'll make a new animation and call it hello lip sync as an example. This is where our animation will be saved. Put this as the output clip, and now you can choose the frame rate and the keyframe reduction. It's a good idea to keep the frame rate to 30, and you can increase your keyframe reduction to 5%. Now we'll turn off loop since that's not needed anymore, and hit the pause button so that the audio clip doesn't play immediately and we have time to actually hit start on the animation recorder. Here, now, what you want to do is hit start and then immediately unpause the play mode. So, and after that, right when your audio clip is over, you will hit stop. So I'll do just that. Start, play, stop, like that. We didn't see anything happening, of course, because it really likes to switch to game tab. But if we go over to our clip and open it, we can see that it recorded a lot of things. We can expand and delete everything right until you see the body, which our one actually has our lip sync recorded. Now, if I put the animation clip on my avatar and play it, we can see here that it recorded everything. You can clean this up and make sure to remove anything extra, like this whole area right here. I'll just drag the base one with the zeros all the way back. And this is it. We now have our animation clip that has lip sync pre-computed on it. You can use this animation clip for anything really, as long as it's on the same model, of course, as the names of our shape keys matter. And that is it. I hope it was nothing too complicated, but it's nothing too bad really. And it should be a lot better than manually animating your lip sync. That is it for today. The next one I'll be making is going to be about footsteps. giving your players in a world a footstep system that relies on the movement of their legs in the next one. For now, goodbye.